Notre Dame Cathedral, more than a cathedral, a place of worship, also what's being described as the heritage of humanity. Some 13 million people have been coming to Paris, to the heart of the city, to see Notre Dame year in, year out. One of the people who's been showing them around is Thierry Hale, who's a tour guide in art and architecture and history. And history is being made, Thierry, as we speak here on the banks of the River Seine. Behind us, this crane lifting one of the many statues from the gables. You've seen some of those statues close up. Just describe some of them.
Well, this one, actually, that should be the angel of the resurrection on top of the north gable, of the north transept of the cathedral. As you can see, the roof, has caved in, so they're trying to lift it up to save it, basically.
When you do your tours around Paris, how important was the Cathedral of Notre Dame in your vision of Paris?
Well, it's probably what comes first, in the tours. I think that you can see the amount of people around us. Everybody's in shock, everybody's devastated, and of course, it counts a lot, for the tours, for people, who would come here without seeing Notre Dame, of course.
But there must be a sliver of light, though, because you will know that just months ago there was a cry saying that Notre Dame needs funds, that it has to be repaired, people need to support it. Now people want to support it after it has lost so much.
That's true, that's correct. Probably top €1 billion, in a few days or a couple of weeks, and we can only thank everyone for that, of course, but it's true that many Parisians also are a bit overlooking Notre Dame and leaving it to the tourists somehow. And now I think that this tragedy proves that every Parisians, every French people, or every people in the world, feel closer to Notre Dame tonight.
And if you were doing a tour right now, how would you describe this magnificent building to people? Because it's more than just a cathedral.
Well, it's when I go around Notre Dame, I just organize and see, how the building, comes from the bottom, and rise into the sky, and how it just it was proving to all pilgrims, all people coming around, how it was just standing out. It was so huge for them, in the medieval times, and how it's on the islands. You can see that we're on the tip of the island. It's just like a ship, that's moving forward, with the Seine River. So it accompanies the Parisian. It's way more than a building. It seems alive, with the vegetation coming out. So that's way more than a building.
And fortunately, the two Gothic towers still stand, but the spire that dominated the Parisian skyline for centuries is gone, and that must hurt.
It does, it's true. Well, we have to understand that the spire dates the 19th century. The original one, fell also, before the French Revolution. So let's say that it hurts less to have a 19th century spire to repair than original bell towers. That would have been the end of it. Okay, so the essential is saved, and we can thank everyone, the firefighters and everyone for that.
Because it should be remembered today that the history of Notre Dame is also the history of destruction, of surviving wars and weather and unrest, and constantly rebuilding.
It's true. It says that there's less than 50% that's original from the 13th century. So it's been rebuilt year after year. Every bishop or kings added a little bit to it, and we can just remember how it was in a bad state during the French Revolution, or when Napoleon got his coronation there. Many things have changed, including the spire, including many statues. So that's going to be a next step in your life for Notre Dame, and it will rise again, of course, forever.
A cathedral with so much history. Thierry Hale, thank you so much for joining us here with your expert knowledge on this magnificent Gothic cathedral.